Hey guys, it's Charles Oslin here with the International Wingfolding Organization, and today I want to talk to you about selecting the proper wing. In previous videos, we mentioned how to select the proper board, what safety equipment you should be using, and now I want to talk about the wing because this is one of the essential pieces of equipment you're going to need in your wingfoiling journey. Selecting the right wing doesn't have to do with brand, it just has to do with sizing. So when you're getting a wing, there's going to be all types of different information out there in terms of the handles, whether you're going to have a boom, soft handles, hard handles, as well as sometimes they'll mention different things about the shape, if it has struts, wind window, or no wind window. But in general, what we're looking for when selecting the right wing is, first of all, knowing where are we riding in the world, because every destination in the world is going to have different wind. And when you're scaling your wing to you're going to have to know what's the wind like. If you're riding in a place that's super windy versus a place that's light wind versus a place that's regular wind in the wingfoiling world, which is around 15-20 knots, then you're going to have to scale accordingly. So knowing your spot is going to be key. Here in Cabarete, Dominican Republic, we have a wind range of between 8 all the way up to 30 knots of wind. But generally speaking, we have around 15 to 18 knots, which is where people are usually scaling their gear because that's the average day for us. Now, that information is going to vary according to the spot you're at. Once you know where you're going to be riding, what's the average wind conditions, you can easily go to any wing brand that you're going to be looking to buy or use and then see what's their recommended wind range for that wing. So in this case, right in front of me, I have this 5-meter F1 Strike, and this wing, they recommend to use it between 12 all the way up to 25 knots. So now I know that this is probably going to be my go-to wing for myself. Now, if I was riding in a place that was, let's say, Cape Town, and they have a wind range from 20 to 40 knots, then I would have to scale it accordingly. And maybe I might use this 3.5 behind me. But if I rode somewhere where it's very light winds, let's say anywhere between 8 to 12 knots, I might even have to opt in for a larger wing like this one that's right behind me, which is a 7-meter. So knowing your spot and knowing the wind range is going to be key. Now, in terms of apart from the wing size itself, what you're going to want to know is what is your level. So your level and what you're doing is also going to play a role once you're on the intermediate and advanced side. So that's going to be something that you'll start fine-tuning with time, because there's some people that prefer to ride a smaller wing with a medium-sized volume board to then be wave riding, let's say, or someone that is doing freestyle. So those are things that you could consider later on. But when you're getting your first wing, what you're going to really want to focus on is what is the wind range of my local spot, and then a little bit of extra information to sort of make the right choice is that if you're a smaller rider, you're going to want to opt in for the smaller option of that wind range. And then when you're a larger rider, you're going to want to opt in for the larger option of that wind range. Because most of the information you're going to find online is standard for the small mediums of the world. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're selecting the right wing. Now, the question that people always wonder is that should I be underpowered, powered just enough, or overpowered? Generally speaking, you want to hit it correctly where you want to just be powered just enough for the day that you're riding. But when you're learning, you can have a little bit less power just to be safer. But eventually, once you're comfortable with your balance, once you're comfortable being on the board and out at sea, then you're going to want to opt in to have a little bit more power or the right power so that you can get up and riding properly for the day. In any case, guys, if you have any questions or further questions of how to select the proper wing for yourself, just make sure to drop a comment in the comment section below, or an email, and we'll be able to help you out. But also, we're going to add some links so that you can also get some general information on how to select the right wing. We have other videos as well on how to select the right board, what safety equipment you should consider when you're getting into wingfoiling. But the biggest thing that's going to help you with your journey of getting into wingfoiling is going with a certified center and a certified instructor. This is going to help get rid of a lot of the doubts you might be having getting into the sport. Because when you go to a center and you work with an instructor that's certified, they're going to help guide you and properly set you up with what equipment you need, and especially give you sufficient information. Let's say if you're learning at the destination of where you live, then you're going to have that local knowledge. And if you're learning somewhere else, on a vacation, then you're gonna be able to learn and ask questions there and then try to bring it back home and apply it when you're at your local spot. But I always recommend people that the easiest way to sort of fast track your progression is do it with a proper instructor at a certified center. But in any case, guys, this is Charles Oslin with the International Wingfoiling Organization. I hope this video helped you in selecting the proper wing for your wingfoil journey. And to the next one, guys, have a great one.